Okay, so I guess the easiest way is going to go up the A1. Perhaps I can use the M1 too. There's a crap ton of roadworks down there. I should probably avoid that. Okay, so from that very cheesy and unoriginal introduction, you can tell that we've taken over as manager of Darlington. Yep, we've left Brackley and St. James Park and moved all the way up to Darlington at Blackwell Meadows. So let's take a quick look at the history of Darlington so you guys are fully aware of who they are, who they were, and who they hopefully will be under my leadership. So, founded in 1883, Darlington are a semi-professional club that play in the Van Armour National League North. Historically, Darlington are having also known as Darlington. Probably Darlington 1883 is probably what it's supposed to be getting at there. They finished 7th in the Van Armour North last season. Of course, they were demolished by us in the playoff semi-final. I wonder if that's how I got the job. Anyway, they played the home games at Blackwell Meadows with poor training, poor youth facilities, fairly basic youth and recruitment, known as the Quakers, our first rivalry against Hartlepool United. If we look at their trophy history, they won the League 2 back in, when was this? It probably wasn't League 2 at the time, was it? Probably was, when was it? Does it tell me? No, it doesn't tell me the exact dates. But anyway, they won the Van Armour National League once, Sky Bet League 2, FA Trophy once, and a couple of other non-important lower league trophies. So going into this, some people might look at this as a lateral move because you're playing the same division as Brackley, but however, for me this is a huge step up. If you look at the overall balance of the club, you can see they're a lot more wealthy, a lot more better off, they have a lot more support when it comes to fan base as well. The overall balance is a plus 376,000 and profit is 109,000 so far this season. So obviously, financially, the club is doing very well, very stable, which is great because it helps you build a better team. If you look at the schedule as well, you're going to see the average attendance is around about 1,700. We have a couple of times this season, however, when they've actually had over 2,000 people in that little stadium. So definitely a much bigger support at Brackley. We only had about 300 to 400 at very most. Even when we were playing really well last season, the most we had was around about 5. So definitely the support is there and finances are there. And if you look at our transfer budget too, we have £30,000 to work with. So that's a decent budget to work with right at the beginning. And we should be able to reshape the squad to my specifications. Now, if we take a look at the hierarchy of the team real quick, just to show you. Our team leader right now is Phil Turnbull, captain, and of course a very well-known and experienced lower league centre midfielder. Very talented player too, deep line playmaker, 31 years old now. Can definitely still do a really good job there as a deep line playmaker and as the new role in Football Manager 2018, the Mazzala position. Follow him is Josh Gillies, a player that is a wonderful talent at this level, and he's wanted by a couple of teams in League 1, League 2, and he wants to move to a bigger club, so I don't know how long we're going to be able to hold on to him, but hopefully we'll be able to get the most of his talents before he leaves. Then we get Adam Bartlett, very experienced goalkeeper at this level, very solid, very good player. I have a bunch of players. James Catton, who is the vice captain of the team. Plenty of pace. He's a winger, can also play as a striker if necessary. Then we have Mark Beck, who is a target man, just a good old-fashioned lump. 6'5", tons of strength, head and ability 13, which is good for this level. Good mental attributes. Not the fastest in the world, as you can see, with only 6s. But still, could be a very dangerous player to have at this level if used in the right manner. Other players, got a ton of other players, as you can see. So the squad isn't really that together at the moment in time. If you look at the social groups, you're going to see there's one core social group, and the secondary is filled with kind of like players, not really core players, but they're definitely rotational players, so they're not really important. And others, we'll have to see how this develops in the future. So if we look at the main squad, take a look at the players by ability, according to my assistant manager, Alan White, who hasn't got the best judging ability in the world, but we can take it for a pinch of salt and take a look at see what he thinks. So Josh Gillies talked about him. James Fawn is next up, who is a winger, another left winger, can also play as a striker as well if necessary. Pretty good overall attributes. Hasn't started a game for them this season. Used to play for Salford last year, Nottingham Forest back in the day. Only got 5 goals last season for Salford. Disappointing return. unless he played left wing, and that would be a good return, I suppose. Then we have Caleb Richards on loan from Blackpool, centre half, young, talented players on loan, presumably for the rest of the year, yeah, rest of the season. Good player, play on the cover, just a very good centre half for this level, really. Next up, we've got Jack Blackwood, who is a left winger, apparently one of the more talented players in the squad, definitely an out-and-out winger. Crossing's actually pretty good, dribbling, 12, really good pace. So overall, just a very, very cut and dry standard left winger for this level. Then we have Nathan McKinley, very talented centre half. Actually, you can also play left back as well. Very versatile, looks really good, honestly, for this level. 22 years old, on contract for another season, valued at 17,000. He's going to be a key player for us in the very near future. After that, we talked about Bartlett. Alex Patterson is next up, 21-year-old midfielder, can also play as an attacking midfielder as well. Kind of makes me think that I might go to a 4-2-3-1 formation for this team, or may do something a little bit outside the box. There's plenty of weird talent here, and it's going to be hard to try and fit this team together. It's very, very weak in the middle of midfield. That's one thing I have noticed. We don't have many centre midfielders, but we have plenty of attacking midfielders and striking options. So we're going to have to be... I don't know what we're going to do here regarding tactics, to be honest with you. If we look at the kind of like squad depth chart here, while we have 7 players apparently can play centre midfield, a lot of it's going to be in the 2-star rating, which is going to be a decent rating according to this little graph here. We want them to be more around the 2.5 to 3-star, 4-star if we're going to stand any chance of meeting our goal next this season, which is going to be the playoffs. They want to get back in the playoffs this year, and with this team and the money in it, honestly, we should be making the playoffs without a doubt. Speaking of expectations, as I mentioned, they want the playoffs. They want to reach the first round of the FA Cup, but they were knocked out before I got here, so I can't be blamed for that. And they want to reach the second round of the FA Trophy. So those are my goals and ambitions for this season. All right, so what else can we talk about real quick about this squad? Look at the schedule real quick. We'll show you kind of what's happened, a little picture of what's happened so far this season. Started off really, really slowly, as you can see, a lot of red in there. Then they actually kicked off here, and they did really well. They won 6 games on a trot for this little period of time. Then after that, everything went downhill again, and I'm sure that's why the previous manager lost their job. So going in, we got to try and turn the form around quickly. Up against Harrogate in the FA Trophy third qualifying round. We'll play that one live on camera today, and then we'll skip ahead to a different game in the next episode. So I don't know what to talk about else. Talk about youth talent. Should we talk about some youth talent, youth players? Not really a lot around, to be honest with you. The one player that does stand out here is going to be Harvey Sanders. He's got a couple goals this season. He's a poacher. He doesn't really look like a good striker at this level. However, if need be, I'm not afraid to give him a shot. I don't have really that many options at striker outside of Mark Beck. Nathan Cartman is a player I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with at this level too. Not because, well, it's infamous because of the name, I suppose, because of Eric Cartman. He's done okay. He did score 4 goals last season for them, primarily coming off the bench. He's also, I think he's actually making a bit of money too. Yeah, £200 a week for a player in the reserves is really not good. Nor is Gary Brown, 180, 150 for Burgess here. We got some absolute garbage we have to get rid of in the very near future. If we were to progress and to move forward, we have to try and get that wage budget under control and try and reinvest it into stronger midfielders. That's going to be my aim, I think. Alright, so moving forward. Alright, let's go ahead and skip to the Harrogate game. I'll think about a tactic, and we'll use the Harrogate game as a little bit of a tester to see what I can do with the squad. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet regarding tactic. Yeah, let me think about it. I'll join you guys just before the game. Alright, so here we are up against Harrogate away from home. That's a team that are doing very well in the league this season. In the same division as we are. They are currently 6th in the table. As you can see, they're playing really well. So this is going to be a very tough test. Obviously, coming in, I'm not sure it's a new formation to them. I've tried to keep things as simple as possible. I'm going to do a 4-2-3-1 formation. Try and make the most of what we have for now, and then we'll adjust and adapt over time. So, team instructions, really simple. Play the ball wide to the wingers because we have 2 natural wingers there. We're on run at defense because I want them to use their attacking creativity, which is apparently what we have according to my assistant manager's team report. And we wanted to pass into space as well because I don't trust the guys to pass at the feet. As far as retaining possession goes, this team is pretty poor at it, so I'm not looking to play simple, slow-tempo football like I'm used to. So it's going to be a little bit different for me as well. I haven't actually picked the bench. Let's go pick the bench real quick, and then I'll go through today's team news. That's perfect. That works just fine for me. So today's team, we're going to line with Bartlett in goal, George Tanner at right back, Holden at left back with Richards, McGinley through the middle. Turnbull, Twyford is going to play in midfield alongside him. Gillies, Patterson and Blackford will lead the attacking trio, and then Mark Beck will lead the line as a target man. I was tempted to put James Fawn in today just because he's a little bit more mobile than Mark Beck, but I really wanted to use the striker's strength and heading ability, so when we put the ball in the box from the wingers, we're going to be able to connect with them. All right, so as I mentioned, going into today's game, we're going to be very tough fixture indeed. And they wanted to get to the first round, and honestly, it's going to be tough because they have to adapt to my tactic, and then we'll go against a team that's playing very well on the table, doing very well on the table, I should say. So it's going to be tough, but let's try and get a win. That'd be awesome to get a win as my first game in charge of Darlington. All right, first highlight of the game goes to Harrogate. There's Davis, gets the byline, pulls it back. It's semi-cleared, and it falls to Falconer, who blast it past Adam Bartlett in goal. No chance for the keeper there. Couldn't get the ball away at first attempt, and unfortunately we were made to pay. Can't quite see what was going on here. You had 2 centre midfield. You got 2 players there hanging around the edge of the area there, only marked by 1 player. So obviously we're being overloaded in the box, which is disappointing. We have plenty of players back there. We should have been able to pick him up man for man. All right, another highlight here to Harrogate by the look of things. Here's Simon Ainge to Falconer. We got the opening goal. Puts it inside. Simon Ainge is through on goal, and it's 2-0. Maybe I should have stayed in Brackley. I'm just kidding, of course. But disappointing start, being 2-0 down. Yet to get a shot on goal as well, which... there could be a lot wrong with this team, to be honest with you. The balance just seems a little bit off. All right, so the second half, we'll try something different. We'll try and mess around with the tactics a little bit. See if we can get some, I don't know, just get something going. Because right now, nothing's really working for us. All right, so let's go to tactics real quick. Let's try and adjust some things around. Gillies needs to get more involved in this game because he's such a good player. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll move Gillies a bit more central. Move into an advanced playmaker on attack, try and support Mark Beck, who's been, looks like he's been kind of isolated up top. We need more from these wingers. We need more from them, don't we? Patterson, yeah, I guess he can still play there. Turnbull could push him forward a little bit more, but it does leave the fence a little bit isolated there, so we could just switch him around here, have 2 deep line playmakers, and Turnbull just move forward a bit more. Bit of a risk, admittedly. Yeah, it's not going to work, is it? Let's bring on Henry and play him as a ball-winning defender, just to help to protect the back line. And I might as well go on attack. Why not? Let's go on attack in the second half. We are 2 goals down, of course, so you might as well give it a go. I'm also going to bring on James Fawn at some point for Mark Beck as well. I want to see what Fawn can do. Alright, time to make a change up top. Let's bring off Mark Beck for James Fawn. He can play as an advanced forward. Okay. Let's give him a shot in that role. That might be able to open things up a little bit. Let's see if this is actually a highlight or not. Yeah, there's a chance for Dominic Knowles. Through on goal. Good save there from Adam Bartlett. And he goes behind for a corner kick. Let's see if we can defend this corner. Doesn't matter. It didn't turn up to anything anyway. Alright, 71 minutes on the clock. Let's see if we get our first major highlight of the game in our favour. Nope, doesn't look like it. Ainge is now through on goal. Holding gets back though gets back well to win it back. Henry hits it long. Fawn's through on goal. Let's see if he can score. Fawn, that's a cross to no one. Interestingly, I thought he was going to shoot across goal there, but he decided to pull it back. And there goes probably our best chance of the game. Here's a chance now for Harrogate though. It's a long highlight, which usually means a goal for someone, as we've learned. Here's a goal, isn't it? Yep, there it is. 3-0. Gianni Critchlow at the back post scoring. Terrible piece of defending there. I'm not sure who that was. I think that was McGinley. Just kind of threw his hand up in the air, looking for the offside. Yeah, honestly, it was just a poor line at the back. It was just very poor defending. I think Tanner kept him on at the right back position. All right, so looks like today's not going to be our day at all. Match stats have been absolutely atrocious. Nothing really positive to come out of this game, other than the fact that we can now focus a little bit more on the league. Obviously, a goal back here might be something to be happy about, but it looks like Harrogate are absolutely all over us, which means I may have to rethink the old 4-2-3-1. That's a great challenge, McGinley. All right, hits it long. Can't find Fawn. Yeah, this squad needs a lot of work. And Knowles is through on goal, and it's 4-0. This is a disastrous start to my time here. 3-0, I could kind of live with. 4-0, and the way we've played today, not so much. All right, so time to start putting the old thinking cap on, I think. Hey, that was a ridiculous sentence. I should never say that again. Here's a chance, though. Holden shoots. Oh, there you go. There's a goal. Darren Holden scores from a free kick. Can barely... I can't even be happy about it, to be honest. I'm not even going to put the music on this one. 4-1's nothing to celebrate. All right. So we get ourselves a consolation goal right at the end of regulation time. Just waiting for the referee now to blow full time and end our misery. All right, so we bow out of the FA Trophy here at first attempt. We're going to have to pick it up, aren't we? Lucky enough, though, we got a week now in between the this fixture and next, so I can try and work on a brand new tactic. All right, so speaking of the next episode, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and... You know what? Actually, yeah, we'll do our first league games in the next episode. We'll do Alfreton Town and then Buxton. Those are two winnable games, and that should be enjoying for you guys to watch and enjoying for me, hopefully. But hopefully we'll just put a better performance than we did today, conceding 4 goals. That's an ugly result to start, isn't it? Okay, so we got a week to try and work out a tactic and work out a new approach. 4-2-3-1, I don't think it's going to work unless I tweak it a bit more. I'll have to think about it. What do you guys think in the comments below? Let me know. What kind of tactics should we be looking for in this game? I'm looking to build up several tactics this time around rather than having plan A alone like we had in Brackley. Unfortunately, that was kind of our downfall in the end. We only had one plan. So this time around, I'm looking to correct those mistakes and have a few tactics on hand that I can use to change things up in the game, or if form isn't going our way. But let me in the comments below, what should we do with this squad? Obviously, we have to strengthen it quite a bit, especially in the middle of midfield. Centre midfield is definitely our weakest right now. So I'm going to be actively looking for centre midfielders as soon as my scout gets back to me, who's busy at the moment, trying to get me reports out on players. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are looking forward to the next chapter in a journeyman's journey, which is going to be our time here at Darlington. Should be interesting, if anything. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to leave a like on it. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.